we start. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Yang saya hormati, yang mulia Mr. Presiden Pachenko, yang saya hormati Sekretari Jenderal Mr. Chunggong beserta seluruh jajarannya, juga Bapak Ibu pimpinan BKSAP. Syukur alhamdulillah bahwa pada kesempatan ini kita bisa hadir bersama-sama dalam acara menuju pembukaan penyelenggaraan IPU ke-144 di Bali, Indonesia. Tentu saja ini merupakan satu kebanggaan dan kehormatan bagi Indonesia bisa menjadi tuan rumah IPU ke-144. IPU di Bali ini tentu saja akan menjadi sangat strategis karena sebagai tuan rumah, Indonesia dapat berperan aktif dalam menyelenggarakan dan menyelesaikan masalah-masalah global. Pada situasi pandemi saat ini, alhamdulillah IPU ke-144 akan dihadiri oleh 115 negara dan delegasi yang akan hadir mencapai 1.000 orang, dan ketua parlemen yang akan hadir berjumlah 33 orang. Tentu saja hal ini membuktikan bahwa Indonesia adalah negara yang dipercaya oleh dunia internasional karena dianggap mampu dan nyaman serta aman dalam menyelenggarakan IPU ke-144. Sebagai tuan rumah penyelenggara, maka secara otomatis Ketua DPR RI akan memimpin seluruh persidangan sebagai President of Assembly. Dan tentu saja harapan kami melalui IPU ini, Indonesia akan dapat mencapai keseluruhan resolusi yang diadopsi, dapat menyelesaikan masalah global yang penting dan dianggap perlu untuk mendapatkan perhatian seluruh komunitas yang ada di dunia. Karena itu, sebagai anggota IPU tentu saja peran dari Indonesia untuk ikut dapat menyelesaikan dan mempengaruhi semua kebijakan yang ada di dunia internasional bersama-sama dengan pemerintah dapat kemudian diimplementasikan secara konkret. Tema dari IPU ini adalah tentang perubahan iklim. Dan tema-tema yang lain tentu saja kami akan membahas terkait dengan pandemi COVID-19, SDGs, kesetaraan gender, demokrasi dan hak asasi manusia, serta bagaimana perdamaian dan keamanan di dunia dapat tercipta sebagai satu kesatuan. Saya menyampaikan ini dalam bahasa Indonesia, dan setelah ini saya akan mempersilahkan Bapak Presiden Pachenko untuk kemudian menyampaikan hal-hal yang terkait dengan IPU dengan bahasa Inggris. Kesempatan kami berikan kepada Presiden Pachenko. Silakan, please.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, dear colleagues of the Executive Committee of IPU, dear friends. First of all, thank you, Madam Speaker, to host in your wonderful country the 144 Assembly of IPU. We share the same values, Indonesia and IPU, the values of democracy, of dialogue between people and countries, the principles of the state of law, the rule of law as essential to have a better society. And in many issues we work together to fight against climate change, to promote democracy, to promote human rights across the world. And so it was easy to accept the invitation from Indonesia and from yourself to came to Bali to organize this assembly that joined parliaments across the world. As you said, Madam Speaker, the main important issue that we decide to study and to have conclusions in the end of this week of works will be about climate change, because this is a reality that affects all of us. And with climate change, we see that poverty may increase. People will become without houses, without jobs, will affect women and children, and we need to fight every day, and not one country, all countries together. But of course, not just talk about it, but with concrete measures. We, IPU, approved a long time ago in Belgrade a resolution about that. But we should come back to the issue, because we see that there are a lot of things to do. As we did it a few minutes ago, we plant one tree that represents more than everything, the symbol of all the conference. But allow me to say that IPU will support also the plantation of one tree for delegates in this island, because everyone will know that we have my tree in Bali when we came back to Bali. Of course, other issues will be addressed in this conference. Gender issues, the participation of youth in politics, because the future is for the young people, and we need to involve young people more and more in politics, and to have more young people representing our parliaments. The gender equality, because we don't have a real democracy if we forget half of the population. But other issues that are urgent will be discussed, and the situation of Ukraine will be on the table, because it's impossible to join parliamentarians across the world to discuss global issues and forget a war that may affect not just these two countries, but may affect all countries of the world. And about this, we will repeat the same message we have for a long time. Of course, the condemnation of one invasion, asking for a ceasefire, and offer IPU as a platform of dialogue between both parties, because only with dialogue is possible to resolve the conflicts that exist also between Ukraine and Russia. Will be our contribution, and we hope that very soon the peace will come back to Ukraine, because this is more important to the suffering people of Ukraine. We are beginning now our works, and I believe that with the commitment of all parliamentarians and with commitment of Madam Chair, will be a very successful assembly here in Bali. Thank you so much.
Terima kasih kepada Mr. Presiden Pacheco. Kami berharap bahwa penyelenggaraan IPU ke-144 akan berjalan dengan baik, aman, sukses, dan lancar, serta menghasilkan hasil-hasil yang kemudian bermanfaat bagi dunia internasional dan juga untuk Indonesia. Dan kami juga berharap bahwa penyelenggaraan IPU ini akan bisa menyelesaikan atau ikut mempengaruhi dengan hadirnya anggota 178 negara di IPU, yang saat ini akan hadir 115 negara, akan menghasilkan satu resolusi atau solusi yang kemudiannya nanti akan bermanfaat untuk dunia internasional. Karenanya tentu saja dukungan dan harapan dari semua pihak harus kami laksanakan dengan sebaik-baiknya untuk bisa tercapainya sukses penyelenggaraan dan tentu saja sukses dari hasil yang akan dihasilkan pada IPU ke-144 tahun 2022 ini. Ini IPU yang merupakan event internasional mungkin yang bisa saya katakan pertama besar di Bali, dan tentu saja harapannya dengan penyelenggaraan IPU Bali akan kembali bangkit, pariwisata lokal akan kembali maju, dan tentu saja semoga pandemi Covid akan segera berakhir, dan ini merupakan satu hal yang bisa memberikan citra positif bagi Indonesia dalam keberlangsungan dan melangsungkan event-event internasional di masa yang akan datang. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Thank you. Ada tanya jawab? Oke. Answer question. Yeah. Berapa pertanyaan?
Cek. Maksimal 3 aja.
Izin Bu Puan dari CNN TV. Bu, di IPO 143 yang tahun lalu Ibu sempat menegaskan soal pemerataan vaksin Bu, soal penanganan pandemi. Nah, kalau misalnya di yang 144 tadi Bu sempat sebutkan soal penanganan pandemi, isu spesifik penanganan pandeminya apa Bu? Kira-kira kisi-kisinya Bu? Sama-sama soal penanganan pandemi, tapi di yang tahun ini mungkin ada yang lebih dispesifikkan Bu. Terima kasih Bu.
Ya, tetap saja pada tahun ini bagaimana peran Indonesia bersama dengan dunia internasional, khususnya anggota IPU yang hari ini mulai besok akan melaksanakan conference IPU. Indonesia akan tetap mengutarakan keadilan bagi seluruh negara terkait dengan vaksin, karena seperti kita ketahui juga bagaimana kita bisa mengakhiri pandemi COVID-19 di seluruh dunia, salah satunya adalah dengan melaksanakan vaksin merata di semua negara. Jadi memang IPU bersama-sama juga akan mendorong mengedepankan bagaimana ada pemerataan vaksin bagi seluruh dunia yang saat ini memang belum merata. Dan itu akan kami tetap bicarakan, diskusikan dalam sidang-sidang yang akan datang. Ada lagi?
Terima kasih, nama saya Genta dari Antara. Untuk Ibu Puan, tadi sempat disebutkan oleh Presiden IPU soal resolusi konflik Rusia dan Ukraina. Apakah nanti bakal ada special forum yang membahas untuk resolusi damai Rusia dan Ukraina? Dan pertanyaan kedua untuk Presiden IPU, bagaimana Pak, in your perspective as President of IPU, how you see Indonesia's preparation on organizing this forum? Do you satisfied with our preparation? Do you have words for it? And second question is, you mentioned about concrete actions, and what do you think Parliament should take more efforts in tackling climate change? Thank you.
I will let Mr. President to answer the question.
First of all, the organization is wonderful, it's perfect. And I am afraid that everyone are so happy to be here that wish to remain and not came back to our homes. No, I need to say that the organization is real perfect. Everyone is so kind and try to satisfy everything that is needed to have one event with this dimension. The Parliament, the volunteers, the people of Bali, the people from this Center of Congress, everyone works very hard with the Secretariat of IPU to achieve the success. So thank you so much, because the major part of the success depends from your work, Madam Speaker. Second point, yes, we will discuss one emergency item about Ukraine. It is impossible when we have a war with that dimension discuss other issues and forget that one that is in front of us in all minutes. We will discuss the issue and we will approve a resolution on that. Of course, a resolution that will not be a position of one part. This is a position of more than 120 countries that came here, and it will express the position of the international community. Condemn invasion, of course. This my friend from Spain. If I invade Spain, or if Spain decide to invade Portugal, we should condemn. I will condemn you if you invade Portugal. So, this is impossible to accept in our world during these times. Dialogue is essential. But of course, ceasefire is really important, because without ceasefire, people are dying every day. Girls and children, women and older people that are not in conditions to leave their country are suffering and dying. Ceasefire is essential. And after it, dialogue, diplomacy. And IPU is a platform for that. Thank you. If you wish.
Cukup ya? Ya, terima kasih. You want? Yeah. Mr. Secretary General want to speak.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I just want to join my word with that of the President to say thank you to you and Indonesia for giving us this platform to make the organization continue to be relevant by addressing issues that are important to the global community today. And you have mentioned Ukraine, Mr. President, and it's important that we have a discussion, but we do it in the longer term too. And during this assembly, you will be discussing and adopting a resolution on reinventing peace processes, where the parliamentary community will be looking at how you can strengthen current mechanisms for peace building, so that those crises that we face and that threaten peace in the world can be resolved in a sustainable and resilient manner. And I think that the IPU is very well placed to be relevant. Thank you very much for giving us that opportunity. But I also want to use the opportunity, Madam Speaker, to celebrate your leadership. This month is International Women's Month, and it has been said that we'll be discussing gender equality. We want to show and appreciate the fact that you are the face of gender equality. You are one of the 22% of women speakers in the world today. We have in the world just 22% of speakers of parliament that are women, and we want to celebrate you as the epitome of women's leadership and a role model. We will want to work with you continuously to improve also on gender balance in the parliament, so that we sooner or later we will have 50% men and 50% women in the parliament of Indonesia. The journalist mentioned the issue of vaccine equity. Yes, it's an important resolution that the IPU took to show that it is relevant. And this is being followed up on. During this session of the Assembly, there will be a session during which Parliament will be reporting on how they have implemented the resolution, which is important. And lastly, we as a parliamentary community do not stop at just making statements and passing resolutions. We also want to equip parliaments and parliamentarians around the world with the tools that can allow them to do their work well. And so during this session of the assembly, you will be launching a number of practical tools. One that is very relevant to the health situation today in the world. There will be a handbook for parliamentarians on global health security that will help parliaments and parliamentarians contribute strongly to responding to health crises such as the COVID today. You will also be launching a global parliamentary report, which this year focuses on engagement with citizens. It is important that parliaments be tuned to the needs and concerns of citizens in the fulfillment of their mandate. And so this report will give you an opportunity to see how there are good practices out there, experiences out there, and how parliaments engage with their citizens to improve upon decision making. So thank you for that opportunity, Madam.
Thank you.
Is it enough? Oke.
Yes.
Ya, terima kasih atas dukungan dan supportnya untuk dapat memberitakan penyelenggaraan IPU ke-144 di Bali pada yang nantinya akan dibuka oleh Presiden pada tanggal 20 sampai dengan berakhirnya tanggal 24. Terima kasih semuanya.